Here are some key ideas about the adolescent brain as found in Linda Burgess Chamberlain's article, The Amazing Adolescent Brain. The adolescent brain is still developing, and it is building the centers of the brain responsible for the highest level of thought. Most notably, the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for good judgment, impulse control, problem solving, goal setting, organizing, and planning, is developing, but still underdeveloped in adolescence. As such, we shouldn't expect students to be able to fully function in these high-level thought processes, but rather we should give them opportunities to develop these. Pruning is going on in the cortex, which means that pathways that are used are kept, while those which aren't used are seen as unimportant and are therefore lost. This means we need to give students opportunities to explore various interests, including new areas, so that they can find an interest or passion and develop brain pathways that will help them with that in their future. Adolescent brains are wired for emotional responses. Teens respond from the emotional center of their brain, the amygdala, rather than the logical and language centers that adults respond from. As such, adolescents not only respond more emotionally, but they lack the language to express themselves, and they disregard consequences. Even though teens are wired to read emotions, they still need guidance in learning how to read those emotions. This means that middle schools should provide clear rules with clear consequences and offer rewards and praise for following the rules. As was mentioned previously, students should be instructed in how to positively deal with stress. Adolescent brains are wired for excitement and new experiences. Also, the good judgment and impulse control areas of the brain are underdeveloped. So adolescents gravitate to risk-seeking behaviors. Middle-level students should have opportunities to take healthy risks or do activities with high perceived risk, like a high ropes course with the proper safety equipment. Adolescents should also be informed about the dangers of teens becoming involved with the high-risk activity of using drugs and alcohol. They must be made aware of the effects of drug and alcohol use on brain development, how these things impair judgment, the increased likelihood of addiction, and the effects alcohol and drugs have on a young person's already swinging emotions. Adolescents should be empowered with tools to overcome the draw of using alcohol and drugs. Adolescent brains increasingly value peer relationships, and they also look for intimacy with partners. As such, middle schools should ensure opportunities for students to understand relationships and decision-making, especially in the context of potential risk-taking behavior in sexual relationships. Also, adolescents should have opportunities to build healthy relationships through community service projects that allow for interaction with people of different ages. In addition to helping staff become aware of adolescent brain changes, middle school leaders should consider exposing parents to similar information. This not only helps to get the school and the home to see things in the same way, but it also allows the school and home to work together for the best of the adolescent student. Linda Burgess Chamberlain's article, The Amazing Adolescent Brain, cites research which reminds us that teens need more sleep. Until we bring nap time to the middle school, sleep is the domain of the parent, and we would do well to have them be informed about an adolescent's need for increased sleep so that they can allow their child to do things like sleep in on weekends, and also encourage their child to avoid stimulus before bedtime so that they are better rested for school. Also, when a middle school leader takes classes like phys ed and art, classes that wake up the brain, and schedules them at the beginning of the school day, parents will know the rationale behind such a decision. Middle school leaders may communicate this information to parents in various ways. Newsletter articles may reach some, while evening information meetings will reach others, and social media can be used to inform still others.
Created using Powtoon.